and welcome back. Well, in this session we're going to be modelling our exhaust outlets. There's 12 altogether, 6 on each side. As we can see, these are fairly angular, and there's also, well, a little bit of a cover around them. There you go, we can see it better there as well. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now, if you've skipped ahead a few of these sessions and you're not quite sure how to get access to this facility whereby you can have your images, your reference images on view, what you do is you pop into Utilities and go to Asset Browser. It pulls up. What you do then is set the path to the relevant directory and simply select your images. Let's have a look. Let's go with that one there. Double click, and there we go. Then we can close it. And when we start working in 3ds Max, these don't disappear into the background. Okay, right, let's get cracking. So we have everything else hidden except our fuselage, and we have that in transparency mode. So let's pop into our left viewport. That's L on the keyboard, and let's pop along. Have a look at this section here. Right, well, this is our exhausts along there. This part here is the covering. So let's start by going down and selecting polygons. I want to make sure ignore back facing is unchecked. Let's start here. I'm on the select. I don't want to be on the select and move, otherwise I'll be dragging polygons all over the place. Let's select that one and up to, say, that one there. Now let's pop into perspective viewport for a moment. We'll zoom around, and as we can see, it has selected the front polygons and those at the back. Now we can pop down to extrude. I'll just zoom around here for a little bit. We'll zero this out because we want to extrude inwards. I know it's a little bit difficult, so go Alt X, then we can see a bit more. Just zoom around a bit. There, that's a little bit too much, so there, that looks fine, and then we can press OK for that. And top view, and let's go zoom. Okay, pull down a little bit, might even zoom in a touch more. We're going to deselect now, pop up to root, and we'll go into our create, and we'll go splines. Actually, let's have a look at line. Left click, I'm going to start on the inside, left click, pull out, might have the angle around about there, and then pull back a little bit more. Right click to end that action. Now right click on this again, and let's convert it to an editable spline. We may have to alter the angle and the length of this, but let's get it set up first of all. Now we have line there, we're going to apply a sweep modifier to it, so that's now in the stack. Use a built-in selection, yeah, we'll go for bar actually. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's have a look at our parameters. We'll go width first of all. Let's make width something, yeah, something like that. We want a corner radius because it is rounded on the corners, so let's just increase that amount. Let's have a look. That looks okay. Right, now let's pop down to our left viewport and Z to zoom. Let's pull back a little bit. Now I'm looking for where the first one is, and the first one's over there. So just select our select a move tool. I just want to pull this over to there first of all. I say we may need to adjust the length of that line. In fact, we might do it now. Pop into line, vertices. Let me just grab that one, pull it back, say a little bit, pop back into sweep. Then have a look at the length now. Let's increase that. That's about right there. And let's pull that over to where the first exhaust section starts. Okay, let's now convert this to an editable poly and place it into vertex. I'm going to select all of the back section there, R for our scale tool, and I want to scale it all down. Now we're going to pop to vertex again, and this time I want to grab those at the front there. W for our select and move tool, and you'll notice that the opening of our exhaust sections here are a little bit wider in this section, so I just want to push those back to about there, and perhaps we will widen these that way too. Okay, now we can pop into our polygon. We want to select ignore back facing, make sure that's checked. Let's delete that one. Pop into perspective mode. Let's pop around, select that one, and let's delete that one as well. Okay, let's pull around a little bit more up to our root, and I think what I'm going to do is apply a shell. Where are we? Outer amount, nothing. Inner amount, that looks about right. So 99, we'll say 98. Fine for that one. And now I want to collapse that, so convert to, come on, editable poly. Let's pop it into our left viewport, go Z for zoom, pull back. So that's where our first one is. What I need now is another 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, 5. So I'm going to press shift and pull this out to that point there. Line 2. I'm going to say OK for the time being because I just need to check this out now. So into perspective viewport, and there we can see that that actually intersects. So I'm going to delete the one we've just created, select this one and put it into vertices. Now because we've put a shell on, we need to select all the vertices in that area. And let me just pull this forward a little bit, about so much. Back up to our root, and now put it in the left viewport. Let's go zoom, pull out again, now press shift and let's create a copy. There we go. We can see that it's actually cleared that. So on this, what I'm going to do is make a copy, number of copies, I'm going to say 5, and then say OK. There we go. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's put it into perspective mode. And as we can see, they are clearing each other. Now what we can do is attach list. There we go. Line 1, press shift down to there, and let's say attach. And we can just change the color. In fact, I've changed all of the color to a clear grey. Let's say OK to that. Let's pull out. What I'm going to do now is select the fuselage, Alt X, and let's have a look. This is the first part, of course. Take a quick render. That's not looking too bad. Okay, well, let's try another quick pan around. Just get it there. Another render. That's looking fine. Close that down, and we'll close that down. Yes, I changed the color of our model to the model grey. I noticed when I was watching some of the tutorials on YouTube that it was quite difficult to see the steel grey. Anyway, that's why I changed the colour. Okay, let's unhide the tail section, front wing, cockpit. Zoom around a little bit. We need to make a copy of that, but we've still got the outer section to create before we copy it over. I've just noticed the time now, so let's have a look. That's coming on. That's coming on. Well, mindful of the time, we'll continue this in the next session. So, I'll catch you later.